the second round of the season, the Hungarian Grand Prix, and this is Tier 2. It's Tier 2 racing. I'll be your commentator tonight. I'm Dothau Hoist. I'm co-commentating along with Fuzz, who should be with us just any second from now. And we are excited to get rolling here. Interesting that we have a wet quali right away. So let's see how wet it is exactly. Tires fitted. So everybody's out on the inters. So the track is wet, but it's not currently. It's not wet enough for those wet tires, and realistically, it rarely ever is. But there you go. So coming out first, we have a handful of drivers on an outlap here, and who are now on track. I mean, we have Burns right now on a hot lap. He's running through Sector 2 here. Right behind him is one of the Renaults. So as they fly through, here's really a great shot. Oh, and Burns goes wide. Burns goes wide off the track. Doesn't look like he got damaged. It's just more that he's off. Does a nice job though, kind of waiting for everybody else to go by. I'm sure I could speak for everybody that they appreciate that. So that's just great awareness on his part. So let's see who we else have going out here on a lap.
I'm here. I think Brian Mosser was the first one out of the pits. He should be crossing the line soon. He's up into Sector 3.
Okay.
He runs a little bit wide.
Okay, so yeah, we're on with Mosser now. Yeah, he's on Sector 3. He's finishing up his lap here, and let's see how it goes. Comes across the line at a 1:33.7, so starts us off. Okay, so and JXW comes in right away with a 1:33.2. Nice, taking a half second out of him right there. That's a solid lap. We're going to see how the conditions change during this. You wonder if everybody going out early means it's going to rain harder as it goes on, because it seems that most drivers are already out of the pits.
Also wonder what the weather is going to be like in the race, because that probably affects the kind of setups everyone's running. So I feel like if there's going to be a dry race, people are going to be running dry setups in a wet qualifying session, which makes for very, very loose back ends.
For sure, that's a great point. Because I mean, some people like Hans and it's Eric have just dropped down into the 131s as Wolfsburg puts in a 133.1. So currently, who do we have out? Oh, Bobby Tava goes off the track at Sector 3 here. So turns off his ERS. He looks like he's going to go, though, for another hot lap. Oh, and we're just hearing from Arrow that we have a dry race. So exactly what you were saying, Fuzz. That's a great point. It's good to see how aggressive everybody's going to be.
T Money goes forward. First person in the 29s.
Wow.
129.7.
Wow.
That's a good way to set the pace.
You're not kidding. Axton with the 131.2. Electric Chicken with the 130.9, putting him in second right now. All right, good on him. Good on him. Let's see who else is who's going to be out on a lap right now.
I think Electric Chicken, even last week at Britain, kind of exceeded my initial expectations. I think he did really well to qualify in the top 10. Obviously he had a pretty bad start, but I feel like if he can avoid those mistakes, he's a pretty good dark horse to keep an eye on in this one.
That's definitely a storyline we'll be watching during this race. I mean, besides the guy's absolutely fire selfie game, it'd be great if he backs it up on the track. Let's see. So we have a couple guys on outlaps right now. Let's see. Arrow is on an outlap. If Fuzz, do you remember what happened here last year with Arrow?
Yes. So as far as I can remember, Aerostrike was probably the only one who managed to complete the race with the two softest set of tires, where everyone else, I think the quickest strategy here is a medium to hards without, destroying your tires. But Airstrike was able to do medium to softs somehow. He was, I feel like he got pretty slow on his soft stance towards the end of the race, but despite that, he was making no mistakes and he was putting in really consistent lap times. I remember it was one of the Haas's that was trying to chase him down, who was also putting in extremely consistent lap times. And by consistent, I mean within 2/10 of the best lap and not exceeding that at all. But unfortunately, it wasn't quick enough to catch him. The gap was just too big. Aerostrike had pulled away on his softer tires, like way, way far into the distance. So that worked out really nicely for him, but not for the Haas trying to chase him down.
Fair enough. So we're going to have to go to our version of a commercial break here as I hide these comments on the side. Thank you, Puff Digital, for... let's see how this works here. Broadcast settings. Hit options. Yep. Hey, definitely helped this time because we are back and ready to roll here. Oh, and I can see much better as well. This is going to make it easier as I play Race Director too. So it looks like Terminal Deity's out for a lap here. Looks like Arrow's out. Arrow's about to finish a lap here, so let's see what Arrow puts up as he comes through this last corner here, down the straight. Absolutely killing it down the straight. And where does he go? Ooh, he goes to the top with the 129.3. Nice lap in the wet. Wow, that's 4/10 clear after this first run by everybody.
Yeah, and almost more than a second and a half clear from everyone from third down, pretty much, which is pretty telling of what his pace is like compared to the rest of the field.
For sure, and then in the wet as well, too. I mean, it doesn't always translate that the guy who's the quickest in the wet is then or rather the quickest in the dry is then the fastest in the wet.
Oh yeah, well. Yeah. We've seen some very good examples of that in Tier 1 at least.
For sure.
The quickest guy in the dry is just absolute crap in the wet.
Yeah. You know. All right, so Fuzz, I'm on board with Burns now, and he's about to come out on a hot lap. Why don't you take us through?
Burns, yeah. So, okay, run off the turn one of two DRS zones. They are following the only detection zone. So if you have DRS on the main straight, you have DRS on the second straight as well. Takes it nice and easy into turn one. Probably one of the most important corners on the track because it's one of the two places I believe that you can make a clean pass on. The other one being turn 2, which he just passed. Up the hill into turn 4. This is a very tricky corner as well. I think it benefits you to cut it as much as possible. Oh, that's not a good sight.
That's a heavy impact. Unfortunately, it's going to lose a wheel. Yep. I wonder if GP Colin just saw that because apparently GP Colin, according to my handy dandy race director here, has the medium tires on. So curious to see if he's going to go give that a rip. Steel pole on the mediums, that'd be a hell of a starting point. All right, so let's try again with Bobby Teva. So he's going down to turn 1. One of the things you said is that one detection point for both zones. What do you think of that? Do you think they should add another zone?
I think sometimes it can be beneficial because there's so many times someone could make a mistake on the final corner and then, gain on the main straight, but then not have DRS in the following one. Or even, I feel like sometimes it could be a little bit unfair, quote unquote, to the person who gets overtaken into turn 1 because now they don't have a chance to fight back in the second one. But I guess it is what it is. Like, if you make a move, you pretty much have it done because you're going to have DRS on the second straight as well. But anyway, so I guess I missed a little bit of the track, but Bobby Teva is coming into the second sector. Bunch of fast left and right-handers where you pretty much don't need to brake that much, just letting off the throttle and going on it as quickly as possible to get a nice clean exit. Crosses the Sector 2, Sector 3 limit, and the final two corners I believe are probably the most difficult ones on this track. I find it hard to just like nail the braking and going on the throttle, that little gradual increase until you go flat out. Yeah, comes around the final corner nice and easy, takes a very solid line in the wet, and 6th place for him. That's not bad at all.
That's a solid 31 dead. So let's see. Okay, no, I thought Niebuhr had come out with the softs on. People seem to be thinking about it, but and Arrow seems to agree. He's saying that the track is getting faster as they're going on here. So we'll see how this goes. Let's see who else is out on a lap right now. T-Money going into sector 3 here. He's a tenth down on his time. But you know, if the track is drying out, let's see what he can get as he comes down to the second horseshoe in a row. This turn just takes forever. It feels like before you can finally get on the power, and he runs down the straight, and he puts up. He does not improve, but consistent though, within 5/100ths of his last time. So there's something.
Yeah, I feel like the drivers are putting on different tires just to see what the delta is, if it has dried up enough just to improve that little bit. But I guess since they're still experimenting and still in the pits, it's just not quite at the crossover yet.
Yeah, that seems to make sense. I mean, Ginnett looks like he's going to put the hards on. Electric Chicken also may put them on. So so we shall see. And according to our good friend Jeff, the dries are now within 2 seconds of the wets. So you wonder if people can time it right and they can go out on a set of dry tires while they and they come out right at the last second. It may work. I mean, note that as I just get a comment from Ryan that this is a good point. Yes, this is actually race 2. This is not race 3 like I wrote. So if you see here, everybody except really Hans and no, Ali is not using any ERS right now. So everybody except Lit Romney really has dove back into the pits, and Jinnit is out on a hot lap on hards. So let's see. Oh, so according to race control, DRS is now enabled. So this should be a huge. This will be interesting here to see who comes out on which tire and who goes for it here.
Yeah, it's going to be a scramble even for us to keep up with the fresh dries times, and it looks like the dries are less than 2 seconds. He says dries are faster now in the delta, so I think they're going to get up to pace pretty rapidly.
So this is going to be a fun last couple of minutes of qualifying. It's going to be all over the place as everybody really seems to get themselves back into the pits onto the dries, because right now the only people on the track are Prince Ali and Hans. Everybody else who's coming back out now is coming out on dry tires. Axton's on the softs here, but he's not that close yet to. Let's see who's. Looks like okay, so it looks like Jinnett's going to be the first person to come across the line here on hards. So let's go on. Let's just go on. Let's go on board with him here. Let's see what his braking is like going into this turn. Pretty smooth. I mean, all things considered, it seemed pretty smooth there.
Yep.
So who else is out on? Who else is out? Oh, we have a little bit of an excursion there onto the grass. Probably not too much grip on the wet grass. Not that I would know anything about that, but here we are. Scavney,
Electric Chicken runs a bit deep into turn 1, but lost the traction a little bit into turn 2. But yeah, I think he's abandoned his lap. He's into 0 ERS now.
Yeah. Well, he's got enough time to get across the line and go one more, and realistically, the hard tires they'll be fine.
Oh, definitely. The hard tires could go on for days.
For sure.
This track.
So I just jumped back on to Jinnett's time as he's going to the end of sector 2 here. So let's see on what they give his delta. It's 2.1 seconds faster than his best time on the wets. Ooh, there's a yellow flag somewhere. Ooh, Coxey seems to have lost part of his car, but he's back. He's now back on the track. But yeah, no, he has definitely lost some. That left front end plate is gone. That'll hurt. Ooh, there's flags all over the place. I cannot keep up with these flags.
Janet comes across the line with a 1:26.4. Not quite a quick dry time by any means, but I'm not sure if he's gonna attempt another lap, have another go at it.
Yeah, I think he will. Well, I guess not. Arrow's just starting a lap on the softs here, so I guess Arrow's plan here is to run for pole and let everything else kind of take care of itself.
Oh yeah, he
Which,
is one of
yeah, I
the.
get
I
that.
mean, okay, half the people are out on softs, some on mediums, and some on hards. Um, I'm not sure what I would have done in a situation like this. I would have probably tried to stick to my original strategy of mediums to hards. But hard to medium is definitely the much quicker strategy. But it's going to be track position is so important at a track like this. It's almost impossible to overtake, other than a couple corners.
Sure.
And yeah, it's
Niebuhr on
definitely a lot
provisional
better
pole
to
right
start off
now
from.
on the softs on a
Oh wow.
125.6. Good for him. Ooh, we have Coxey has gone off again, unfortunately. Oh man, we lost. It's Eric as well. So these changeable conditions are catching people out as Arrow goes 5 seconds faster than his time. JXW goes on 121 on the softs. This is going to be super interesting as they cross the line. Let's see. Arrow now comes across on his coming across the final turn. Let's see how much grip he has. Let's see how early he puts it down. Puts it down early, gets it down really nice, and comes across the line at 119.9.
119.
Nicely done. Wow, putting 2 seconds right now between him and everybody else. That's putting a statement on and changing conditions. That's for sure.
Definitely. It's insane how much faster the track is getting literally by the second
Yeah,
at this minute.
yeah. So this, let's see. So who else is out on a lap at this point?
Oh,
Oh,
T-Money's abandoned his lap. He's dived into the pits, so I guess
oh
he's going to
man.
stick with his 129.7. That's not
Ouch.
going to help him.
No, that's going to be an interesting. This is, you know what? This is going to make for a really fun race because the grid is all kind of shaken up here. People are on different tires all over the place. I mean, as Coxey runs wide again. Oh, but his car is broken. So who else just jumped up there? Ryan just jumped
Oh,
up in
Ryan
second on the
on the
mediums.
mediums.
Wow. So yeah, and it looks like everybody else is the only person coming back across at this point is. Yeah, I think just about everybody here is
Yeah, I
done.
think that's everyone. Yep.
Yep. Okay, so
That's good for round two.
yeah. So you're looking at Arrow in first. Ryan. Oof. I don't know if you were on Arrow for right now, Fuzz, but
No.
literally, when the computer is controlling the cars, they just had some solid bumper cars where
Oh.
where one of the racing points literally just upended Arrow. So no, this will be a fun race. You have Arrow on the softs, Ryan on the mediums, Lit Romney coming in third on the softs, which great qualifying for him. JXW in fourth, Hans in fifth on the hards. That's also that's actually a great starting spot for the hards. Like wow. So and as if on the comments, JXW's elation, I quote unquote timed it right, baby. So
Yeah, literally cannot argue with that. That was very nicely done.
yep.
Fourth place on the softs. That's not a bad place to start at all. I feel like this is going to be an absolute riot in terms of how strategies are going to play out. I think the way this grid is right now, there's no way it's going to resemble anything close to this at the end of the race. I would expect, I mean, a lot of the quick runners like Janet, T-Money, Axton, the challengers from last season aren't even in the top 10 pretty much. So I expect them to gain a lot of places. Depends on how the strategy is going to play out, how well they can overtake, how well they can undercut the drivers in front, how well they can manage their tires and make them last.
For sure. And then you're going to have some of the people on the hards are going to just try to just stay out there forever and ever and ever and then come in and just time their pit
Yeah,
stop perfectly.
yeah,
That starting on the hards, I mean, is great if you can, but the risk of starting on the hards on a track like this is that there's a lot of spins. A safety car is possible, and if you're on the hards and there's a safety car on lap 4, you may kind of get caught out.
fair
So
enough.
we shall uh, we shall see how this goes. Um, for you personally, where does this track rank?
Personally, I think I enjoy this track a lot because I feel like given how twisty and windy and how delicate you have to be on the brakes and the throttle, I feel like nailing a good lap at this track is extremely satisfying. If not, like it's probably one of my favorite tracks when it comes to that aspect. In terms of racing, I would say probably not so much because it's very hard to overtake. It doesn't play nicely with if I'm a faster car trying to get past someone slower is just a massive pain in the ass. Um,
I joke around.
so
Hungary is like Monaco with all of the frustration but none of the glory.
yeah, it's hard to argue with that. Honestly, that's very appropriately described.
But nonetheless, this track has really given us some great even in real life. This track has really given us some great racing in the when it's been wet like this, when the grid has been mixed up. I mean, a couple years ago, Hamilton went from pit lane to second. So it's not that it's not possible.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just you have to be very smart and methodical about it too.
Yeah, absolutely. Even
So
last season's race was absolutely incredible to watch. Like it wasn't like that entertaining or action packed on the surface, but like just trying to follow the technicality of it, like how Hamilton tried to beat Verstappen out entirely on strategy.
sure.
Took a massive risk with 20 laps to go to pit on like softer tires and then consistently putting in lap times 3 seconds faster than him. That's just an incredible feat, I think, and not many drivers are capable of doing that, I think.
No, I completely agree with you. Um, and according, we have the weather is going to be cloudy all race, so we're going to expect it in the dry. So a lot of the overtakes here are going to have to be on merit versus just people sliding off the track. So this will be a really exciting run, hopefully. And also, turn one here is lap one is also always very exciting because it is a decently long run and everybody's bunched up, and hopefully we don't
Yeah,
see too many end plates flying away.
absolutely. Let's hope everyone can keep it clean. Um, let's hope we can follow the example of Tier 1, where most of us did not get damaged into Turn 1, which was quite incredible. Um, okay,
All
so
right.
here we go. Literally the hardest part of a Grand Prix weekend. The scariest one, hands down.
Oh, really?
Formation lap. Airstrike pulls away nicely. Ryan weaving.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hans building up a massive gap to the front runners. Um, they're not gonna like that.
No.
I absolutely hate looking behind and not seeing a car for like a country mile.
Yeah. Our that's kind of one of the moves of our good friend RC.
Yeah, he enjoys doing it. He's pretty open about that, and he's like, "I'm gonna bunch up the field. There's nothing you can do about it." It's one of the downsides of out qualifying your teammate, always.
Excellent throw in some shade at the
Yeah.
teammates. That's very. Ooh, we have a Niebuhr with the spin on the formation lap. So he's gone to the Puff. I'm sorry, looking at Puff's comment. Niebuhr just spun. So he's gone to the Fuzz school of formation laps, obviously. Um, but he's on softer tires, so it may not kill him in the same sort of way. Um, I
Yeah.
once saw a. This, I'm just have right now. I have the cars coming through the chicane. I once saw a GIF somebody put together of the cars going through the formation lap to Swan Lake, which I was like, that's fantastic, quite frankly.
Yeah, I think my eye on the in this race is going to be on T Money and Axton, both teammates starting 12th and 13th. Obviously, not where they want to be, but interesting tire choices from both of them. They're both on like T Money is on the softs, but Axton starts on the hards. Very interesting choice from T Money. Maybe he's trying for a two stop. I don't know. A soft medium is a very like it's a doable strategy in terms of total race time. It's not that far off from a one stop, but it's very hard to overtake on this track, as you know, and I'd rather keep the track position than just have a faster tire. So anyway, here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And off we go. Airstrike gets a good start. Oh, Ryan gets jumped by Lit Romney off the start. Terminal D80 is passed. Oh, big lock up there. Okay, lots of position changes. Terminal D80 up into 4th. Hans stays in 5th. Oh, there's a massive crash. That looks like Zenith was involved. JXW. P-Money is lost out massively down into P18. There's a Prince Ali going really wide. I think he's lost his front wing. So big losers there on the first lap. Lots of people losing a lot of places and getting a bunch of damage. Hopefully they can make a recovery. It's never a good sight to see. Coxie has lost a bit of his front wing and has a bit of contact again. Almost loses the back end there. Alright, Airstrike stays in the lead into P1 after lap 1. Lit Romney has made up a place up into 2nd. Oh, has a moment there in turn 1. Ryan is back into his starting place of 2nd place. Terminal D80 is a big winner right now, up 3 places into 3rd.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm back. I'd accidentally muted my microphone. I was so excited. I was yelling and screaming and just complimenting all of them on how well they were doing. How they went 3 wide due there and just didn't, and they didn't touch. It was fun to watch. So let's see now. Let's take a look on some of these other battles here. We have Hans 6/10 of a second behind Lit Romney. We have Bobby Teva 7/10 behind Burns. That's going to be a 3-way fight for a while. GP Colin now is 3/10 on Wolfsburg Tuner. They're on different tires. Let's see if GP Colin can take this. But right behind him, Electric Chicken is really kind of pushing on him as well. I feel bad for
Litromy's lost the back end. Litromy's lost the back end. He's broken a wing and lost a bunch of places.
No, he's facing backwards. Too bad. Still nice. Whoa, almost a little Haas on Haas there, but we're okay. So let's see what else we have here. So Arrow is pulling a Hamilton here. He's just ooh, yellow flag. What's going on?
Sector 3.
Nope. Okay, I guess it's gone. Must have been somebody had a minor moment, but seemed to be okay. Lit Romney, as we had said, was going to pit now. So I wonder what's he going to do. Is he going to go into a two-stop here, or is he going to try to switch to the hards and go all the way? It'll be interesting to see what he comes out on here.
The racing points are pretty much going side by side. There are absolutely no team orders there. They're going at it. They don't care.
Awesome.
It's so early in the championship. I think it's great to see. There's no, respect is respect, but at this point in the season, you got to go for it. Establish yourself as the alpha in the team.
As they go three wide, as they go three in a row through there. Let's see. So Prince Ali is going to be just behind it. It's Eric and Electric Chicken. Hans is closing in on Terminal Deity here. But the race to watch right now is these two racing points with Bobby Teva. The three of them are within a second of each other. So this will see if there'll be let's see if there'll be a good move here done. So we're coming into the DRS zone here. Let's go on board with Bobby Teva and let's see if we can actually watch and see what's going on here with the two of them up front. So they're both going to have DRS to Scavney's detriment. Let's see as Burns comes down. Let's see if he's going to have the room. It doesn't look like it. He's totally out of ERS. But let's see. Runs a little bit wide there. I have to think that Scavney's going to be able to hold this. Also, forgive me for missing this. It looks like Hans caught Terminal Deity. So now Hans is up into third, but then also has a little moment there. He'll be fine. So let's see. Whoa. Oh, and then Hans catches a spin, has a half spin, and catches it. Oh, wow, that was close. We were on board with Terminal Deity, so we got we kind of got the best view in the house for that. Let's see. And then, but the fight on track right now is this fight for sixth between the two Racing Points and the McLaren here. Whoa! Bobby Teva goes well wide. Oh,
he's on the gas. He's lost out massively.
Yep.
Mossa will be looking to catch him up and pass him as quickly as possible. He'll be looking to capitalize on this.
Yeah, Mosser's now down to a second behind him. So that now just became a race. And, you have to wonder whether tire overheating or anything like that. Prince Ali's right behind Niebuhr with Eric right behind them. So now they're going to go line by line by line. These DRS trains always make these really interesting kind of situations happen because you don't, is it advantageous to be the guy in third because you get double DRS or like... Mm-hmm. I mean,
I don't think it is that advantageous because even if you get a passing opportunity because of having two cars in front battling it out, there's always almost never any space to make a clean pass, and you just get held up and stuck behind these two drivers battling it out until you get an actual clean opportunity to pass.
For sure, especially here. But it looks like Prince Ali's about to take this dive on Eric. Oh, and he touches him. Oh, and Ali hits Niebuhr and gets by. I think Niebuhr's going to be a little bit upset about that one. And then also there's contact between Niebuhr and then it's Eric. So interesting here. Niebuhr, it's Eric side by side. Whoa! So now they're going to go up this turn. If somebody hits that inside curve, that's the end of their race. And no, everybody manages to avoid it. And Electric Chicken goes down the inside and no. Wow. This is close. This is close. This is, as Caddy would say, we're giving you what F1 media isn't, and we're giving you the midfield battles here.
Yeah, that's top. That's excellent driving from all of these guys, all 3-4 of these people. Keep it that clean through those very, very tight corners. There's almost no space to give, but they still find room for each other, which is amazing.
Absolutely. So now Electric Chicken, Niebuhr, and... Electric Chicken and Niebuhr now are going to be with GP Colin right behind them. The three of them are going to be in DRS range of each other. And, oh, come on, race director. Side by side, let's see. This is just a test of balls here. Who's going to outbrake the other one? And it looks like Electric Chicken is going to get by there, and he has the DRS advantage. Oh, but Niebuhr comes back up the inside, and nope, the position's Electric Chicken's. Nice job. Really nicely done there.
I have to point out... apart from the midfield battles, up here in front, Axton has gained about 9 places, if I have the math correct there. He's gone up from 13th to 4th on the hards, and he's not that far off the lead. I want to say he's about, 8 seconds off, and I think he's going to be challenging for that podium place very, very soon.
For sure. I mean, right, he's up 9 as I pulled up the handy race director here, and he's about a second back coming into the DRS zone. Let's see if he gets DRS because he's 1.0 behind. And he gets it, 0.948 back. So now he's going to start to close in Hans, and you have to wonder, this is going to be a great fight for third here. Who's going to be able to hold the other one off? So that'll be a fun little scrap to kind of watch as we go along here. But you have T-Money here in 16th on Wolfsburg Tuner. Look at and whoa. So
that's a mid tight.
That was close. My God. Okay, so that was this is going to start to get interesting here now too, because now there's people who started on the softs have stopped. So of the people who have stopped already, T-Money's in first, Coxey's in second. What tire has he gone onto? T-Money's gone onto the mediums. So I have to think he's going to do a he's going to do a two-stop because you have to stop at the beginning.
T-Money around the outside into turn 1, absolutely lovely. Great late braking there.
Beautiful.
And catches Wolfsburg out very nicely.
What's going on with... Oh, Hans must have spun and lost a wing, and he's now dropped to 5th. Terminal Deity 3rd, Axton 4th, and we've lost Niebuhr from the race. Oh, no. What happened? Let's see if we can see, like, the Niebuhr's... when people go by Niebuhr's car.
I think Niebuhr lost the back end on the exit of turn 4. It's no doubt a very tricky corner to get. You clip the curb on the inside or just go even a touch wide and it's just gone. There's no keeping the car under control.
For sure. And so, Hans has just gotten a break here. Hans has just gotten a break because he can't drive he can't really go at full speed anyway, and he got a virtual safety car. So this is going to save him 10, 12 seconds, maybe more, off of full speed. So like this is a gift. Axton hops in the pits.
He gets a 5 second speed
in the pit lane. Oh man.
He should not be doing that, Hans.
So
I think Williams are going to be disappointed from up into 3rd and 4th place, and it's just not worked out very nicely for them, for at least one of their drivers. But I guess Terminal Deity decides to keep on going. Axton has pitted and gone under the mediums. He'll probably be looking to go right on until the end of the race, I would assume. He's in P10, so let's see what he can do with that. Terminal Deity stays out on the hards. Scavney, Burns stay out as well. So I guess Hans and Axton are the only people that decided to pit that quickly. Oh, JXW decided to pit and go on the mediums as well. Yeah. I wonder if he'll go to the end of the race as well.
Yeah, I mean, 27 laps on those mediums is a big ask, though.
Oh, yeah. It's a daunting task. I don't know how they're going to be able to do it.
Absolutely. I mean, at this point, we're not even at a third of the way through this race yet. So that's going to be a lot. But, but let's see here as we go. Mosser is now right behind Bobby Teva as they're going into turn 1 here. Let's get on board here. Let's see if we can see a pass. But Mosser's just about out of ERS, but let's see if he's got enough to make this stick. Teva moves to the inside to defend. Mosser comes on board. Late break, and whoa! Oh, and Teva has a little bit of a moment there, which allows Mosser to go through. Nice job. They went side by side through that turn, and no contact whatsoever. That was just good racing, guys.
Wolfsburg just lost a couple places to Prince Harley and Zenith. Prince Harley went side by side in the second sector, which is also not an easy thing to do. It's such a narrow track, and there's pretty much one line to take, but still managed to get the move done. And Zenith just followed him through right away. Zenith is within the RS of Prince Harley, and he'll be looking to gain that pace back.
Whoa, and Coxey and Wolfsburg are side by side into turn 2, and Wolfsburg is able to take the under, but Coxey goes the over-under and makes a beautiful pass coming out of turn 2, and he's got into turn 3. Nicely done. And Arrow our leader comes into the pits now to go on to, let's see if he's going to go on to try this medium strategy again, or if he's going to try to go on to hards. Let's see, and we have...
I'll be surprised if he goes on to the hards. I think it's going to be mediums for him.
I tend to agree with you.
Yeah, and it is indeed. Goes on to the mediums for the remaining 24 laps.
More power to you here. So right now the closest battle on track here is Electric Chicken chasing down It's Eric. He's half second back in the DRS zone. doesn't quite look like he's going to get him. No, he closes up the gap, but is not quite close enough for a move. But coming out of the... I must have been wrong. In the one moment that the race director goes in the other direction... Oh, and then there's contact between them, too, in turn 2. As they're flying down to turn 3, it's Eric goes through, and it looks like who else? Axton is going to sneak his way through as well. And this view is not helpful, race director. Come on now. Wow. Okay, so the whole grid being shifted around with the tires has really produced quite a bit here of action in these first couple of laps. So
Brand Moss was right along the tail of the two racing points who had settled in. Scavney gets past Terminal Deity.
Whoa! Going
I
out to
wonder
the
if he's got damage.
grass.
Yeah, Terminal Deity has damage.
So we have Mosser now trying to go past Terminal Deity on the outside, but he wisely waits. I think he knows that Deity has damage. And but now Bobby Tava's going to try to... Okay, so this is going to be an exciting stretch down the straightaway here. Let's go. I think the way that we're going to do this is we're going to go on board here with Bobby Tava because he's going to have this view from the back. And let's see if Mosser begins to catch Burns, we'll jump on. Okay, so Tava had a little moment there. So get on with Mosser here.
Terminal Deity dives into the pits.
Yep.
He's going to have to repair that wing damage. Axton is up in the 7th already from down in 10th after the pit stops.
Let's see. Any other races going on? Whoa! And the Electric Chicken has a little bit of a moment there, and it's Eric enough time to get next to him and
they almost go side by side again.
Yep.
Into turn 2.
Yep. I must have missed something here with Prince Ali and Jin. Oh no, okay, no, it was about pit stops. Okay. So Mosser now was right on top of Burns here. Mosser coming on very strong with these hard tires. He's sitting in a great spot here. He's in first of the hard runners here, so he's right behind Burns. Let's see if he can get this. Let's see if he can get a move here down the next DRS straight, because I mean this is the closest. Burns goes a little bit wide. He's going to try it here right at the end of sector 2. Let's see, he's later on the brakes. Mosser makes a nice pass there. Maybe pushes Burns a little wide, but I couldn't tell from that angle. Still, nonetheless, he gets by. But now Burns is going to have DRS back, and Bobby Tava's right behind him as well, as Arrow does what Arrow does and sets fastest lap of the race. But let's see. So Tava on Burns. Mosser takes the all the way inside line to block. It probably wasn't strictly necessary here because nobody's close enough. But let's see as Burns comes out of this turn. Burns has a lot more ERS, so let's see if he can't make this run happen. Not quite.
Not quite.
Well, Terminal Deity here is right behind Coxie here coming into the straight, so let's see what happens. Softs versus hards here. Terminal Deity now jacks up the ERS into overtake, coming up on Coxie. Going to go side to side. Going to make this late braking move into turn 1. And I think Coxie... Whoa, and runs it a little deep. And he's going to get the chance to run the over-under. He's ahead of him. And Coxie gets it back. And now they're going side by side again into turn 2. This is... it looks like Terminal Deity just takes it away from Coxie there. Wow. I mean, realistically... there's a yellow flag somewhere. What happened? Oh, no, we're okay. And now Wolfsburg Tuner here is on 17th place here. He's on to Romney. Looks like there's a little bit of distance between them now. Axton
is right up the tail of Bobby Tava, coming up to the final corner now.
Yep, we are on board with that fight right now. So let's see if Axton can get this that's done here. Gets a good exit. He's on newer tires. He's on a softer compound. He's got plenty of ERS. He did a nice job saving it. Not that Bobby's is bad. But I think this is going to be a pretty pretty standard move here.
Pretty straightforward,
yeah. Yeah, no, nicely done and fair play too. So no, that was good stuff there. So now Burns who's coming? So Burns has now come into the pits, and then let's see when Scavney opts to come in. Otherwise, let's just see as there's no battles on track right now that are super close. Let's just kind of take a quick look in here, starting at the top. So Ryan is leading the race, starting on the mediums. Arrow's 12 seconds behind him, but after a pit stop. Scavney is another 9 seconds back, hasn't pit. So Ryan, if he keeps pushing like this, may actually get a pit stop ahead of Scavney. So yeah. Let's see. And now T-Money here in 10th is 3/10 behind GP Colin, coming into, I can't really tell where they are on track. Oh, coming into, they're in the middle of Sector 2 here, so we're going to see, let's see how close he can follow here. Conserving ERS, kind of keeping the pace here, staying a little bit behind him, staying clean. That's a smart way to go through there. You're not going to make a pass into one of those turns. It's not worth it.
T-Money might just be better off pitting and going for the undercut in case GP Colin doesn't come in on this lap. But I guess he decides to stay out for a little while longer. What would you do in a situation like this? Would you take advantage of the DRS that you have to keep going for better lap times, or would you just try and undercut and get the move done in the pits off the track?
So I would try. I think I would have given it another rip or two like T-Money did, but if not, 100% in the pits. If I could do this race again, I would have started on the softs and pit on lap 4, and just gotten off of them. We have Ali and Jinnit making a pass on Ali here. Nice pass by Jinnit to get through into turn 2. And now let's see, let's see if Ali has anything back. Let's see, make sure Jinnit stays clean through 4 here, which he does. And it looks like Jinnit now is starting to build a gap there.
Oh, Electric Chicken is right on the tail of Eric again. These two have been at it right from the beginning, right from the start.
Which is great for us.
Yeah, it's great for us, and I feel like there's a rivalry brewing. We'll see how it develops in the coming weeks.
I'm pretty sure that's the main card at this year's WrestleMania, actually. So there's a rivalry now. Oh, and Electric Chicken goes a little wobbly through that second to last turn, but does a nice job to catch up in the last one. He's got DRS. Let's see if he can make this run down into turn 1. He's put it all the way up into hot lap here. He's running down to 7th. It's Eric runs to the inside to try to take the defensive line, but goes back out because he knows that Electric Chicken doesn't have it. Electric Chicken runs deep, takes a late apex, and he's going to have the inside here into turn 2. Whoa! He kicks the back out there. Gotta be careful. You can't get too excited on those passing moves.
Yeah, that's the trade-off with going a little deep into a hairpin like that. You get the better traction coming out of the corner into the exit, but it's just so easy to get a little, starry-eyed and go on the throttle just that little millisecond too soon, and that happens.
I am familiar.
You and me both.
Yeah. So, whoa, and it looks like it just jumped on with Ali because he'd gotten close to Jinnit, but he just made a little bobble there. JXW and Wolfsberger side to side. Whoa! And they're going side by side past turn 2 into 3. And looks like Wolfsberger is be able to hold him out. No, he's coming around the outside. Holy!
Oh, Bobby Dava has been disqualified for going the wrong way.
Oh my God, that's just terrible.
Very unfortunate.
Bobby Tava, I'm sorry. That sucks.
Yeah,
he was
that's
having a nice race too.
It's probably not even his fault. He was just, I would guess, trying to turn around, and the game thinks he's going the wrong way, even for like half a second, and it just does that.
Yeah.
That's extremely unfortunate. He was having a great race there, right in the points. He would have been happy with that, I think.
Yeah. This fight for third, though, is still going on between Scavney, Mosser, and Axton. They're going 1, 2, 3 right through here, turn 3, and going up towards 4. Mosser closes the gap. Axton's closing on him, and the 3 of them are close. This is going to be interesting to watch them go through this chicane. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Very cool. Nice job there, race director. That was the right spot for that shot. So, and Electric Chicken and It's Erica right behind them. They are all over each other. This is going to be hopefully the next Hulkenberg and Magnussen here between the Haas and the Renault.
Axton makes him move down the inside and gets it done.
Nice.
Before the penultimate corner. Lovely, lovely stuff. And he's going to be looking to get that final podium spot right away. Oh, Scavney dives into the pits.
Okay.
He's done with his mediums. 16 laps on them. That's pretty brave.
Wow. Axton shoves over to that inside with Mosser going right there behind him. This is some fight here. Oof. Wow. They've been all over each other.
I
Electric
wonder
Chicken.
where
Oh, Electric
Scabney will
Chicken is
come
side by
out.
side with its Eric. Let's see. They're going down into turn one. Electric Chicken's going to try to take the outside. Let's see. Can he hold it? Oh, and they touch. They touch. It doesn't look like there's any damage by either, but Electric Chicken stays behind. It's Eric. And Ginnet
Around the
gets by
outside into
Scabney.
turn two.
Uh,
They're still side by side,
oh my
and he
God.
gets the move
He gets
done
him
into
done.
turn three. Brilliant,
Nicely
brilliant.
done.
Again, excellent piece of driving.
Excellent by both of them. This fight is not over. We got to get
Oh,
RC to make some
no,
sort of
no.
graphic with them. I mean, Electric Chicken has sent us more than enough selfies where we can put something up there. And Terminal Deity now is right behind Ali. Terminal Deity is on softer tires here. So let's see what he can do. So obviously Terminal Deity has to stop again. I mean, he's on 6-lap-old softs. So he's, committed to another stop at this point. But let's see if he can make any hay here. Not going to make much in the middle of the track, realistically. So, as we go back up, Ryan is pit into second. Arrow is back in first now by 13 seconds. I wonder if he's like, doing his taxes or something right now, because he's like, he's just kind of chilling on track by himself.
Yeah.
Hey, more power to him. Mosser comes in for a pit, comes in for the mediums.
Yeah, I think everyone from 4th through 8th still has the pit, so Scavney is going to look to gain all those places back that he's lost from pitting a lap ago. He's down in 9th now, but if his strategy plays out well, he'll be back up into 4th or 5th, and he'll probably be looking to maybe fight for a podium position, but we'll see how that goes for him.
Yep. Well, let's see. So Mosser is right behind him again, and going through turn 2. They do a nice job going through clean, and Mosser is right behind him. Whoa, Mosser has a little bit of a slip as they go up now. Ginnet, then Scavney, then Mosser, all through turn 4. Oh, and Ginnet DNF'd. Oh, he hit the wall, and Scavney goes off as well. Oh, man. Let's see if we can see
That's
a
unfortunate
side
for
view
Ginnet
of the
again.
car. Oh, Ginnet's facing backwards on the track. Oh, Ginnet, I'm sorry, man. That's unfortunate. So that's another runner. That's another runner out now. So we've lost 4 cars out of this race halfway through. So let's see. So of the guys who've not pit, it's Eric must have slipped or something as well, because now he's 2.5 seconds behind Electric. There's another yellow. What's going on back here? Wolfsburg's going up a position. Burns is going down. Let's see. Sorry, viewers. Couldn't find anything. Okay, so Terminal Deity now is in 10th. He's right behind Ali now on the faster tires. Let's see if he can use DRS here and get on this run.
I'm not quite sure if he has the faster tires. Those are 8-lap-old softs, and I think they're pretty dead by now.
That's a great point. That's a great point. They have to be shot. 8 laps on these tires are... That's more than enough.
Yeah.
So
I think he's gonna have to pit within the next lap or two to go on. I guess the mediums would be a good option now to see the race out.
Yeah, now that
And
he's this far.
hopefully get some points back if that's possible.
Yep. I mean, he's done a good job of hanging on to Ali, which may be why he's staying out right now too. Because if he can just stay in DRS zone and then just get pulled forward, then
Yeah, to be fair, it's probably important to keep in mind that Prince Ali is a tier 1 reserve, so he won't be scoring points. So everyone below him, if he finishes in the top 10, then everyone below him gets moved up a place, and whoever finishes P11 ends up getting a point.
Yep. Ryan as well in second.
Oh yeah, forgot about him.
So everybody's really up 2 points. Or 2 positions, rather.
Okay.
Yep. And Ali comes in on 11-lap-old mediums, and he's going to pit again. So now he is going to, I guess, take another set of mediums and try to take those home, because there's still 14 laps left for him.
That would make complete sense.
Yep. Let's see.
Aerostrike, 15 seconds clear on the better tire in P1. I don't think there's anyone catching him today.
The one risk that Arrow is going to run into is that those tires are going to be at like 78% on the last lap, and they could be easy to spin. So I mean, we'll see. And Ryan's tires will just be coming in at that point, because he'll be on 16-lap-old hards. So So
Yeah, the question would be if Ryan can, you know,
Mosser around
keep
the
up the
outside of
pace.
GP Colin here, and at the end of I'm sorry I missed that because it wasn't like at end turn 1 or 2 here. It was during sector 2, so I don't know if GP messed up or something like that. But Mosser gets by, so GP I don't think has pit yet, and Mosser has. So I guess
Yeah, I think GP Colin he's also on 20 lap old medium, so
yeah,
I don't think he has any grip remaining at this minute.
no,
It's Eric also on 20 lap old mediums decides to dive in at the pits.
and gets
Oh,
a
he gets
five
a 5
second.
second penalty.
Oh.
That's not good. Um, yeah, that's not gonna help him at the end of the race in his eternal battle with Electric Chicken.
Yeah, no, it cost me a win in Mexico last year. I lost to Puff by 2 seconds and had a 5 second penalty. So it can
Well,
happen. So let's see. So at this point, nobody is really in DRS range of each other. So I'm just gonna kind of flick through here. What any trends that you've seen so far, Fuzz? Anything that's really stood out to you
um,
of note?
so far, not really. I feel like Axton has done a great job of making those places up. Electric Chicken has, I think, started on the hard, so he'll be looking to pit soon. Mosso will be making up a place really quickly. I don't know if he's going to be close enough to fight for a podium. I feel like the podium is pretty much set, but we have to keep in mind that Ryan's not going to be getting classified. So Brian pretty much is on the podium at the minute as it stands. Other than that,
That's a
no,
great
I
point.
think the Racing Points did really well to stay. It had a great start, but they've kind of dropped off right now. I think Scavney will probably gain a couple places out of the pit stops now and maybe finish 4th or 5th. But that's pretty great for for a first time driver as a reserve.
For sure. Scavney goes
He
around the outside of GP Colin. I have to think the GP Colin on these 22 lap old mediums has to try to go medium soft here. Otherwise he would have hit already.
Absolutely. I think now would be a good time to stop for softs as well. I think at the end of the race they can last 12 laps, and I feel like it would be a lot better it'll be a lot better running on 12 lap old softs than 23 lap old mediums right now.
I tend to agree. As Terminal Deity makes a dive down the inside, ooh, doesn't work, and somebody lost a piece of a wing. It looks like Prince Ali lost some wing. As Terminal Deity gets by, I'm not quite sure. There was definitely contact. I'm just not sure.
Yeah, Prince Ali is missing his right end plate, so he's gonna have to pit for that soon, I think.
Yep. That sucks. T-Money now coming up on GP Colin, but this is going to be like, passing. This is just going to be a wave them by sort of pass, I think, if GP even stays out another lap here because his tires are, a month old at this point. So Axton closing in on Ryan here. He's a second back of Ryan. Axton would have to take these tires another 12 laps if he's not going to pit again.
GP Colin braves it out, decides to stay out.
And gets passed by T-Money.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, very easily, right before gets the move done before the braking zone.
Yep.
Nice and easy.
Yep. And I know we haven't talked about him much, but like Arrow is now 15 seconds clear of the field. I mean, just really nicely done here. Also, one of the Racing Points, not sure which one it is, but even though he was blue flagged, he did thank you for your etiquette there, and to let Arrow pass, going off out of the way to let Arrow pass by. That's what we like to see.
Burns, I imagine.
Yep.
So Arrows has lapped a few cars now. It looks like.
Yep. So this T-Money Scavney fight here, they are both on. This is a fight for position, for 5th place here because they're on tires that are 1 lap difference, both on hards. They're both taking them to the end. So if T-Money wants to jump up into 5th place there, he's going to have to earn it on track. There's nothing left in the pits there.
Absolutely. Except I wonder what Axton is going to do. I think Axton is going the Aerostrike route and doing a softer medium just like him. Because there's 10 laps left in this race, and unless he goes on another set of softs, I think he might be able to make his mediums last another 10 laps.
So
He has the gap behind to be able to do that. He has the gap, and he has the gap behind to even go on the softs and
Scavney and T-Money
still
side
come
by
out
side.
ahead.
They actually have a little bit of a touch coming out of turn two, down towards turn three, but no damage. Scavney holds on to the position, and with T-Money right behind him. This fight is going to last for these last 10 laps, at least as I hope it is, because
Oh, definitely.
it has been. They're going to be all over each other. Axton is now caught up on Ryan here as well, so we'll see how that fight goes. Let's go on. Let's go on board here. No, it looks like he's a little too far away to get this done. So, good
Yeah,
night.
now the question in my mind is, does Axton try to make a move and use up his tires and fuel and ERS, or does he just conserve and goes to pretty much a guaranteed second place right now, because he has a big enough gap in front of him and behind him to lock that down. So I don't see
Sure.
any reason why he should risk it at all. But we'll see what goes on in his head
So
through the final 9 laps.
T-Money's now right on Scavney as they go across the start finish line. The gap is less than 4/10. We're on board with T-Money. Let's see if he's going to go down the inside. He takes a look. He hits the brakes, and they go side by side. They very close to touch. They don't touch. They stay. Each one fair playing by both of them. T-Money now tries to take the outside, and he gets it done. Yes, he does. Nice pass by T-Money around the outside. Gave Cavney nowhere to go on the inside, and just nicely done. Now let's see if Scavney can now hold on to his back and see if he can return the favor when we get to the back to the DRS zone here, because Sector 2, absent a mistake, is a bit processional. So Axton on Ryan again. Yep. If I were Axton, to be honest, I would pit. I mean, you have 8 laps to go, sure, but you have a 21-second gap, and you're going to be able to pass Mosser on brand new softs in the first or second lap out. So, I mean, because I would just be worried on 70% worn medium tires around this track, because
Plus, he entirely has the chance of picking up that very crucial extra point and get fastest lap.
That's
because
right.
I don't think Aerostrike is going to be able to compete with a soft slap towards the end of the race on that old medium. But, Aerostrike, there's never say never,
For sure. Fastest lap. And right now, Arrow has the fastest lap. So, yeah, so I think Axton it may be in Axton's interests to pit, but let's see. Scavney is staying within a second of T-Money here, so he kept DRS rather. I don't know how much effect that will have. Bit of a quiet race down here. Unfortunately, some guys had some early damage, and actually, Axton is now. They're coming up on the DRS zone here. Let's see if Axton is going to make this rip on Ryan, or if he's just going to turn down the engine and just wait. Oh, we lost Wolfsburg Tuner as well. Oh man, so that's 5 out of this race.
That's never nice to see, but I guess it's a difficult track. It's kind of inevitable to have a few retirements.
Of course. Yes, Axton. We're on board with Axton here. He's slipping across the track on those old mediums. I mean, I think the time to pit is past for him. So at this point, he's just going to try to hold on. But more power to the people who are willing to, who are going to try that, because that's a lot of wear.
Yeah, it's just, this incredible brevity to even try that.
Yep. So GP Colin now is on softs coming up on Terminal Deity here. And GP Colin's on 3-lap-old softs, so they still have some grunt in them, but he doesn't have any ERS, so he's probably just going to hang on the back of them for now and save it and try again next lap. I mean, which makes sense. But the nice thing, though, about this track being so short is we watch 2 battles, and then we're right back to Axton and Ryan on the front straight. And here he comes. Is he going to try this again? I haven't seen either of their names come up for any penalties. I don't think any of them have any.
No, I don't think. I think the only person I remember getting a penalty is Prince Ali, and I think Eric.
Yeah.
Was it? got a penalty, got a 5-second speeding in the pit lane penalty.
Yep.
But other than that, I think people have been
Whoa,
pretty
Axton
clean.
makes a dive down on the inside of Ryan, one of those worn tires. Whoa. Oh, man, that, nicely done there by both of them.
Oh, he has to lift off. Decides
Yeah.
not to go side by side in the turn 4, which is smart probably, given how little grip they're both gonna have.
Yeah, I absolutely don't throw away those 18 points for nothing.
Yeah.
So Electric Chicken now is up on has caught up to Scavney here to go for 6th, and you know, it's Eric. Unfortunately, we've lost the battle with It's Eric. I'm not sure why. I'm sure I missed it, but you know, Electric Chicken is now only 4/10 back. So that'll be interesting to see if he can come back. So that'd be interesting from him. He started up high, had to pit first lap to serve a jump start penalty, and now is making his way all the way back to possibly 6th place. That'd be some drive. We have Lit Romney in 13th, coming in on Burns in 12th. Let's see, he's going to make this dive down the inside. He is. Is he going to get it to stick? Let's see if Burns is going to try to over-under him. He tries to over-under, but he can't get it done. And Lit Romney makes that nice little pass into 12th. Nicely done, Lit Romney.
Amazing. Electric Chicken.
Tries to go around the outside of Scavney at the end
okay.
of Sector 2 into 3, and he gets it done. Wow. But now
I
Scavney's
would
going to
have
have
expected him
DRS
to
on the way
wait.
back. Yeah, I would have waited as well. But here, I mean, hey, he saw something there that we obviously didn't. So Scavney's now behind him. Let's see if Scavney can turn this around. He gets a decent exit here. Electric Chicken runs it a little too wide. The apex is a little early. So now he's running down. Scavney is running down. Electric Chicken defends to the inside. Scavney goes to stay in the slipstream. He runs down to the outside. He's going to try to late break him here. And they are side by side. We can't see either or. Wow. That was some fight going on there. Oh, we have a yellow.
Electric Chicken holds on. Electric Chicken holds on.
That was. Hopefully we get another rip at that on the way back down. But Electric Chicken's on those softer tires that are in better shape. So TBD. We'll see how that goes. Terminal Deity and It's Eric. It's Eric side by side. They're going back and forth. It's Eric goes to the inside. Terminal D to the outside. He's going to have the inside going into this turn. They go side by side again through turn 3, but It's Eric seems to hold on there going into turn 4.
Terminal Deity gave it up.
Yeah.
Just decided not to push him wide.
Oh, we lost
Coxie
Coxie.
lost it.
No. 6 down. Unfortunate. Yellow flag, Sector 1, Sector 3. Did we lose another? JXW and Burns there. I'm not sure. Okay, nope. So they each moved up a place when they passed Coxie. Got it.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Axton on Ryan again. I don't know how, even be fighting on these 22-lap-old medium tires here. I mean, and let's see if he can get anything done here. I don't know that he's going to be able to at this point. But Terminal Deity is coming right back on It's Eric here. So this is now going to be the fight for 8th place here as they come down the DRS straight. Terminal Deity's on board. He's closing in the gap in the DRS. Let's see. He's going to make this move down to the inside. No, he half looks at it, decides to stay put. Oh, but he gets a better exit. Gets a better exit. Let's see. He's now running down into turn 2. He gets on the outside there. It's Eric covers off the inside, and he holds him off for this lap. Nicely done, guys.
Yellow flags in Sector 2. Brian Mosser spun out a little bit and lost about 11 seconds of his time.
Does he have wing damage?
He does have wing damage. T-Money passes him pretty easily. Brian went a little wide.
Oh, I feel bad for Mosser. He was running a fantastic race to that point.
Absolutely. He's just lost
race.
the podium position. That sucks.
That sucks. So let's see. We have Electric Chicken second behind. Terminal Deity 3/10 behind. It's Eric. Axton behind Ryan there. So it's right now, Brian Mosser has to come in. Oh, I'm gutted for him.
Yeah, he ran such a good race starting from behind, and it's just.
So Deity though is right back on Eric here as we're coming into the last turn. Let's see. Deity goes out wide here to try to get that late apex. He turns it down on the inside. He's on the power really early. I think he's going to get this done here. I think he's got this. Oh, but he has no ERS whatsoever. Oh, man. No, he can't get it done. Well, let's see. He's trying to go around the outside. Not quite. Now they're going to go side by side again.
Tell
Uh,
you, tell you who's actually gained from that battle is a GP Colin on the
yeah,
sauce, right up on their tail, looking to get a piece of that,
yeah, you're
piece of
not
those
kidding.
nice sweet points.
Yeah, no, you're not kidding. That see if you could steal a couple. You can steal a couple points here. And also, now that Mosser is out on the softs again, I'm sure he's going to try to set a fast lap. We have Lit Romney though here for the battle for 11th here. Lit Romney 2 tenths behind, 2 tenths behind, 3 tenths behind Prince Ali. I don't know if he's going to be able to make a pass here. And I think that looking up into third, I think Axton's tires have given up. He's now 1.6 seconds back, and I think he's just going to be content to just take this home.
Yeah,
So,
that's as it stands is going to be a double podium position, double
yeah,
podium finish for Red Bull.
yeah,
We're going to take a commanding lead in the constructors' championship. Tell you what,
big time.
personally, I don't like the side of that. I just don't like Red Bull as a team.
You know,
In real
I
life,
disagree.
in the game,
Could not
it's
agree
just
with you more. There's absolutely. So let's see though if GP Colin here on these soft tires has a run on Deity. I'm not. No. Even though he's in DRS zone, he's falling back, which I don't really. Oh, maybe Deity got it on Eric as well. Of course. Sorry for
yeah.
blowing that one, guys. So Terminal Deity's
Oh,
coming
GP
up.
Collins lost a little bit. He's
Oh.
lost traction out of turn
Ah.
one.
Ah.
He loses a place to Brian Mosser, unfortunately.
And Terminal Deity is on its Eric. They're now side by side. They're less than a tenth of a second apart, and Terminal Deity goes a little bit wide. Oh man, when you're inside those fights, like it is, you have no time to think and react. And sometimes just going a little bit wide is really just the best thing that you can do, just to live to fight another lap.
Of
Also,
course.
Axton has just pit. So once he saw what happened with Mosser, he went to go pit. He's now put on the softs, so he's gonna, I'm sure, run no ERS here, and then he's going to try to steal a point away from Arrow. Oh, and Terminal Deity goes wide, and he comes back in, and he smashes into Mosser after going, and then he hits the wall. Though Mosser though maybe lost a part of an end plate, but he seems to be okay. He can continue. You know, I'm sure that sucks. It ruins his fastest lap run for sure, but you know what? He loses 1 point to get 2 more. So I think he'll take it when he realizes that. Lit
Yeah.
Romney now is 4 tenths behind Ali. Mosser runs a 1:19.5 to take fast lap anyway. So we'll see if that's able to hold here, because we're going to have Axton coming through on the soft tires, and he's going to run hot lap. He's basically, as long as he doesn't invalidate.
Let Romney gives up on his battle for 11th place to let Ryan through. That's
Okay.
honestly a hard thing to do. I don't know if I'd be able to do it, but props to him for,
Yep.
doing the right thing and putting the personal battle aside to let the faster car pass.
Yeah. Cheers. Fair play. Also, with Ali and Ryan ahead of him, he's still in 10th.
Okay, so Axton so the leader is starting the final lap,
Yep.
followed
So-
by Ryan and Axton. Axton will probably be looking to get the fastest lap. I'd be surprised if he doesn't get it at this stage. And gonna follow along with Airstrike here for a little bit.
Yep.
Because
Absolutely.
it's just the downside of being that quick that he never gets any screen time in
Yep.
these streams.
No, more power to him as he comes around the second to last corner. Does a nice job with those mediums, having them last 24 laps.
He's done it again. Softs to medium, incredible drive.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
E1.
Absolutely. And he ran a fast lap on his last lap too. He was actually going for it as well. So you're a crazy mother.
Yeah.
And Mosser though is right behind. It's Eric here. So not only did Mosser, was not the beneficiary of that other collision, he may try to take a rip to go up to 7th, which would be 6th afterwards. So we shall see. We shall see if this plays out here in this last lap. I think we're just going to go on board with him here, because this is this is the fight left on track. So let's see. So yeah, Axton runs a 1:18.2 to smash fast lap, but Mosser is right on its Eric's tail, and he may have He may have a shot at this. Oh, they almost touched
Oh,
there. Oh, pushes him wide. He goes down the inside. So he goes down the inside into sector 3, and he gets the move. Oh, he might get the move done, but then he locks up. And now Eric is back side by side with him. And now he's going back. They try to go back in the second to last turn here. Mosser looks like he's going to be able to hold this off, though. And then, yeah, no, it looks like he is. So Mosser is going to end up in 7th. It's Eric is going to end up in 8th. And, no, this was really an exciting race from the commentary booth. So props to Aero Man for just being absolutely untouchable in this race. And unfortunately, like you said, it doesn't get you a lot of stream time when you're that fast. But hey, you know, he made the softs to medium work, and he freaking killed it there at the end. So congrats to him. That is a well-earned win.
absolutely incredible drive. It's
Yep.
so hard to, make that strategy work, but he's done it yet again.
Yep.
Unsurprisingly at this point, but it's amazing. Hats off.
Yeah, I'm really not sure how. I mean, I wonder what people who tried to run those mediums, like Axton as well, I wonder what percentage level their tires were at the end of the race.
Yeah. I'd
So,
be curious to find out as well how the tires fared.
so the final classification here is Arrow in first, Ryan in second, but his points, he's a reserve. So Axton in third, T-Money in fourth, Electric Chicken in fifth, who had the most up and down race of all time. Scavney in sixth, up from 17th, which is, wow, that's great. Mosser up to 7th. It's Eric in 8th. GP Colin finishes in the points from last. Nicely done on this track. Terminal Deity in 10th. Lit Romney 11th. Ollie 12th. JXW 13th. Burns 14th. Coxey 15. Wolfberg 16. Gannett 17. Hans 18. Niebuhr 19. And Bobby Teva 20. So, I mean, this was a really fun race. Thank you very much, Fuzz.
Happy to be here.
Yep, and so I think we'll have a couple different contenders for driver of the day. You have GP Colin coming in to the points from last, and it's Eric from 16th, Scavney from 17th to 6th, but then Aerostrike, I mean, just dominated. So. So I think
Thank you,
that about
everyone.
concludes our evening. Fuzz, thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yep.
Thanks all our viewers for joining us. Thanks Buff for the constant stream of annoying little comments.
Yep.
Red Bull can suck it. Um, yeah,
All
be
right.
fun to take that title away from him next Tier 1 season.
Oh, I can't wait. Cannot wait.
Yeah.
So-
Meanwhile, it doesn't look like anyone's going to touch Aerostrike this season, unless one of the new drivers or T-Money or Axton makes a late run for it. Will be interesting to find out.
Yeah,
in
and with the
upcoming
tracks
week.
and with the tracks in random order this year too. I mean, it's it makes it some completely different racing too. So people who maybe were strong in tracks like Brazil or Mexico at the end, those tracks are now in the middle, and it may shake up things a little bit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like everyone's gonna have a different strong run at different points in the season now.
Yep.
So yeah, it's definitely gonna be fun to find out how this unfolds.
Well, this concludes the broadcast. So thank you all.
Yep. Bye.
We're trying to conclude the broadcast here. We are attempting to conclude. It would just if I knew how to do that. Oh, stop
Station
broadcasting.
button down.
There we go. Okay.